Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's your boy Dom. Today in this video we're going to be going over your internet speeds, how to increase your internet speeds from your computer in the game to reduce server lag, server latency, packet loss, and just overall lower your ping and increase your internet speeds altogether. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. I'm trying not to make this a super long video, but here we go. We're going to make sure that we are connected to the internet via Ethernet cord. Ethernet is going to provide the strongest connection to your modem or router via a wired connection. So I just turn off Wi-Fi altogether to make sure that this is the priority. We want to be connected to the internet via Ethernet cord. So let's open up our network settings. 1 second. There we go. All right. So here we are. We're going to want to go to Ethernet. We'll go to Network and Sharing Center. The first thing what we're going to do is click Ethernet and keep this in mind. So our speed from our connection is 100 megabytes per second. I myself pay for 300 download and about 10 uploads. So let's keep that in mind later on in the video. So we'll press Properties. We'll go to Configure. You're gonna want to make sure that all of your Ethernet drivers are up to date. So if you need to update your drivers, go ahead and do that. That will allow for a better connection for your Ethernet ports. Go to Advanced. You're gonna want to make sure that all of these settings are the same as mine. So if you need to pause the video at any time, feel free to do so. I'm just gonna run through these pretty quickly. I'll explain a couple of them, but you're just gonna want to make sure that all of them are the same as mine. Maximum number of RSS queues, you're going to want to make sure that this is the highest value possible. I believe the highest value, depending on your machine and your modem or router, is 4. With my current machine, it's 2. So just going to want to make sure that that is the highest possible value. All right, this right here, speed and duplex, this is the most important. We'll actually come back to this. Let's go ahead and run through the rest of these. But the speed and duplex, that is the most important value or setting that we're going to want to make sure that we have. So let's go ahead and go back to it. So this depends on a couple of things. Depending on your Ethernet cord, your actual Ethernet cord, if you have a Cat 6 or greater and you are paying for or getting 100 megabytes per second or greater download speed or upload speed, you're going to want to have 1 gigabytes per second full duplex enabled. If you pay for 100 megabytes per second upload or download or greater, and you have a Cat 5 or below, Cat 5, Cat 5e, I would strongly recommend upgrading that Ethernet cord itself into a Cat 6 or Cat 7 or Cat 6e, anything Cat 6 or above. This will enable you to actually get those speeds of 100 megabytes per second or greater. Cat 5e limits the speeds that you can get to 100 or below. So if you are paying for 100 megabytes per second or greater, upload or download, upgrade that cord and then enable the 1 gigabytes per second full duplex. I actually had this enabled. So let's go ahead and run a speed test really quick. Let me go into it. So let's go ahead and run a speed test with the setting, with this setting enabled. So it says we're literally capping ourselves at 100 megabytes per second, and that's problematic because we're not getting the most out of our internet. So as you can see, I'm paying for 300 download, but I'm only getting 73 download right now. And our upload is going to be the same. It's going to be about 10 to 12-ish. So we'll let this run just so I can show you like a before and after, that this setting really is the most important setting. At least in my case it was. I was literally throttling myself just by having this setting, and I don't know why it was enabled at 100 megabytes per second full duplex, but you're gonna want to change it to 1 gigabyte per second full duplex. So wait for the internet to pop back up. There we go. It's identifying. We should be able to connect back to the internet. All right. So we'll go ahead and close that down, and we will redo our internet, our speed test with the setting of the 1 gigabytes per second download, or 1 gigabytes per second upload or download. So let's see what it is now. So as you can see, just by changing that one setting, now we're getting our full bandwidth from our connection, the 290 plus. Right? You know, it's never going to be exactly what you get, but it's going to be pretty close. So now that we changed that setting, we're getting 297 down, when before it was only 70 or 80 down. And our upload's going to remain the same because it's not above or below. It's not above 100 megabytes per second because I do not have fiber at the moment. So there you go. That one setting right there. I mean, we're already increasing our ping by 33%. I mean, that's huge. So we'll go ahead and exit out of that. The next thing that you want to do is let's go back into this. Let me make sure that I covered everything really quick. Oh, Internet and Protocol version 4. Gonna want to go to properties of this, and we're going to select the our preferred DNS server. It's going to be 1.1.1.1, and our alternate DNS server is going to be 1.0.0.1. We're going to press OK on that. I'll just press cancel. This is going to reduce your server latency to the actual server that you are connected to. If you want more information on DNS, you can Google it. I'm not going to go into it, but so that will help increase your or decrease your ping and your server lag and packet loss as well. So that's going to be it for those settings. Let's go ahead and jump into our task manager. What you're going to want to do in our task manager, you're going to want to close out or end any of the tasks that you have that are not directly related to your system. So for example, Steam, you're going to want to disable Steam. Like if you're playing Fortnite, you're going to want to disable things like Steam. So what you can do, you can go into Ethernet under Performance and press Open Resource Monitor. And this is going to show you all of the applications or settings that are taking up bandwidth that your system or that your machine is using. So anything that you're not using, like I said, like Steam or any other program that you might have installed, you're going to want to disable those or end those tasks to increase your bandwidth to Fortnite. So anything necessary that you need to do, anything that you need to close, I would highly recommend that you do not close anything like System or NVIDIA or any Microsoft things that you don't really know what it does, like the SVC host. I would not do that. If you don't know what it is, don't close it or don't end it. It could ruin your computer. So next thing we're going to want to do, we're going to go into our search bar and type command. We're going to open up our command prompt. First thing that we're going to want to do, we're going to check our ping to Google. So we're going to press ping. We're going to type in google.com. And we're going to make sure that our ping is what it should be and that we are not having any packet loss. So we sent 4 packets, we received 4 packets, which means that we have 0% packet loss. And our average ping to the Google servers is 14. So I know that Google is not Amazon and Fortnite uses the Amazon Web Services. So, but they're relatively the same. So you're just, with this command, you're just making sure that you're not receiving any packet loss. The next command that you're going to want to do is type in ipconfig space /flush DNS. Press enter and see where it says successfully flush the DNS revolver cache. This is going to make sure that you don't have anything in the background taking up any bandwidth. Just flushing your DNS to make sure that, like I said, nothing is taking up any kind of your bandwidth that you don't want it to be or it doesn't need to be. So we'll go ahead and close out of that. The last step to increase your ping or decrease your ping and server lag and server latency, you're going to want to go into the Epic Games launcher. I'm going to press settings. You're going to want to scroll all the way down to Fortnite. We're going to enable this command, additional command line arguments, and we're going to type in -limit click ticks or limit client ticks. So what this, I'm not really exactly sure what it does, but this is going to help us reduce the packet loss that we get from the Epic Game servers or from the Amazon web host servers. So enable that, and we're gonna want to just X out of that and restart the launcher and make sure that the setting is still enabled. After you do all this, I do highly recommend that you restart your machine or restart your computer, just to make sure that all these settings are saved. And I would go back into everything, all the settings, and make sure that they're exactly the way that I told you in the video. But other than that, that should help you more or less reduce your server lag, server latency, packet loss, and your ping altogether, and increase your internet speeds altogether. But like I said, at least in my case, it was the speed and duplex setting that was under the Ethernet. This setting was what right here that was triggering my, like I was throttling myself. So make sure that you have it as high as possible. Also make sure that you're running, you know, the latest hardware, which is your Ethernet cord. Make sure that it's Cat 6 or above. I recommend getting a Cat 7 just because it's the newest technology in Ethernet cords, so you can get the fastest speeds possible. As far as software, I would do make sure all the settings that I told you that are listed below are the same as mine. Other than that, I think you should be good. Let me know down in the comments if this worked for you. We also stream daily on Twitch over at twitch.tv/dominantbr. We do a lot of scrims, do a lot of high kill gameplay, so come and check me out over there. Like I said, if this helped you, let me know down in the comments, share this video with a friend, and I will see you guys in the next video or in the streams. Catch you guys later. Peace.